It's this awesome. The shirt actually was white, but working with getting dirty all day at work, like covered in train oil and shit, stains all your clothes. I mean, this is clean, but it's stained forever. Anyway, I was gonna do one on Avatar because Avatar is fucking ridiculous. Right? I didn't know much about it. I didn't see any previews. I wanted to just come into it fresh. All I knew was James Cameron had been working on it since fucking I think since Titanic, as far as I know. And it was in 3D, which was mind-blowing. Like, 3D, cool. And I was thinking 3D like the old school 3D with the fucking blue and red. It's not like that at all. It's polarized now. It works really good. So I sit down, previews start, and I actually heard a couple of negative things about this movie before I went and saw it. Every time James Cameron puts out a movie, though, you can just give him your attention and you will not regret it. Because, I mean, every movie this guy does is ridiculous. I've never seen The Abyss, but I think I've seen just about every James Cameron movie, and they're all retarded. Like, just mind-blowing. Best action movies of all time. He's pretty much the opposite of Michael Bay, which Michael Bay just makes fucking popcorn fluff action movies. Oops. Anyway, it starts, and the 3D effect comes, right? And Buddy starts talking. He's in his... Oh, yeah, I'm going to spoil this, by the way. He's in his cryo chamber thingy. And there's something in the screen, and I was like, is there a piece of dirt in my eye, my glasses or something? And it's like a little floating piece of condensation or something, and he reaches up and he grabs it. And then when they're pulling him out, they have rows and rows and rows and rows of these cryo chambers that they're all sleeping in. You can see, they really made sure that you could see the depth so well in a lot of shots. They pretty much fuck around with, pretty much use depth every single shot that they could, which is really cool. So, the 3D aspect alone in this movie is mind-blowing. I haven't seen a 3D movie since Freddy's Dead, so it's been a little while. But, the 3D aspect of this movie alone is worth the fucking price of admission. The storyline is basically rehashing. You've seen this story before. This is, I guess, Dances with Wolves. I haven't seen that in a while, but supposedly that's what it is. Wounded soldier gets recruited to go fight the new enemy, ends up becoming friends with them and joining the cause. I mean, that was done in The Last Samurai, and I thought The Last Samurai was fucking amazing. But it had never been told like this before. This is why this movie is fan-fucking-tastic. It's never been done this way before. I mean, the whole point of the Avatars is they have these giant blue fucking bodies that they're on this new planet, right? They're Pandora, and they're trying to mine this shit because it's worth a fucking assload. And the natives are these fucking basketball-sized, humongous blue guys. And some people have the fucking gall to call them, oh, this is James Cameron's new big Smurf movie. You could compare it to anything that's blue and make fun of it. It's like Star Wars. Star Wars is just imaginary force, so yeah, that sounds real exciting. You know, young boys trying to, revenge his parents. Yeah, it sounds like a great movie. Or Lord of the Rings, guy has to get a ring to a mountain. You know, you can basically dumb down any great movie and make it sound fucking stupid if you want to. I don't ever want to hear anybody say that. If you have a problem with the script, a problem with the fucking production values, whatever, you can nail that. But just saying, oh, this is so boring. You could give... I didn't fucking take my eyes off the screen, and I have, like, some of the worst ADD around. So if it can keep me entertained, it should fucking be able to tide over any cynic. At least you could say, good movie experience, even though maybe I didn't like the story or whatever. I thought the story was great. There was nothing wrong with it. It was fine. I mean, what do you want? He's delivering so much in one movie that maybe the storyline has to suffer a little bit and be a little simple. Even though I didn't find the story that simple. It was a nice... You watch him change, you watch his character change, all the shit that happens to him. He goes, lives with the natives. At first he's just fucking, like, clumsy, oafish, goof marine guy. And he eventually becomes a very agile, a very skilled warrior, living off the land and all that shit. And he eventually realizes that he loves his new family more than he loves his old family, so he basically fights for them. But, like, the shit that happens in this movie, I know there's a lot of messages, and they're pretty blunt with some of them. Like, yes, commercialization is bad, and fucking, tearing down the environment is bad, and killing the natives is bad. I know. I mean, but this is something that we should really identify with, because this is how where we're at. We fucking killed the natives. We fucked them up really bad. And, of course, that's why most Canadians have native blood, is because, well, first thing we did was fuck the new people right off the bat. Ooh, those natives are hot. Let's fuck them. And I've got native blood, too. Anyway, just phenomenal movie. Really fucking good. Like, the 3D aspect of it alone was phenomenal. The CGI is completely, probably, I don't even know. I wish I could find out how much, they usually put on Internet Movie Database how many hours like it takes per frame to render. Like Transformers was something like 24 hours per frame or something stupid like that. This I don't even want to know. Well, I do want to know, but it must be ridiculous because the CGI is so lifelike. It's so believable. Everything in that is so fucking perfect. I mean, they're still having trouble when they're zooming in on somebody and he's talking and he's filling up the screen, and then it pans out and shows him in one of those walking mech things. You can tell he just doesn't quite fit in it perfectly. That's still not perfect. It's not seamless, but everything else about it, gorgeous. And I really liked how, at the end, he's fighting his boss, and he's hitting his avatar, which is a bio flesh thing, and then the human guy's in his avatar, which is a giant metal contraption. So it's kind of like nature versus I don't know what, but machines. And fucking phenomenal. He realizes, I don't have to kill this big blue guy. I just have to kill the guy in the fucking tube who's controlling it with his mind, and he tries to do that. It's fucking really good. Yeah, a lot of crazy shit happens in that movie. You really feel it when Buddy when he finally reveals, yeah, this was the plan all along. I had to betray you guys, and it just breaks his girlfriend's heart. She just fucking hates him. So the whole movie, I kept thinking, where's it going to go from here? Like, I could not have thought of this, even if I wanted to. James Cameron is probably one of the most active imaginations, I think, of anybody. And every time he makes a movie, I'm sure the Hollywood guys just write him a blank check and say, here you go. He's made some of the most expensive movies of all time. Like, at the time, Terminator 2 was, and then Titanic was. But anytime he makes a movie, they just back off. They do not interfere. They let him do his thing because they realize if they fuck with it, it's going to look like shit. They'll never do another movie. So anyway, Avatar, phenomenal. And this is the next step in what movies are going to be, which is, everything's going to be 3D from now on. And like I said, I haven't been watching 3D movies lately, but I understand the technology. It's not like he's improved the technology, but he just really used it fucking amazing. So yeah, the CGI aspect of this movie is ridiculous. I think the story was really fucking good. And the 3D aspect is ridiculous. So you put all three of those things together, and you just got like 2+ hours of... It was the best movie experience I've ever had. It's not my favorite movie, of course, because I don't know if anything will ever beat Fight Club, but fucking ridiculous good movie. I don't understand why people are shitting on this movie. You go on and say, oh yeah, I hated Avatar. I thought it was lame or whatever. How could anybody with, like, a fucking brain cell in their head look at this movie and just say, yeah, this is shit? You just spent, like, $400 million on shit. Wasted fucking, since, 97 he's been working on this? So, like, fucking... You just wasted 13 years working on shit. I don't understand people. I know not everyone's the same. Not everyone has the same idea of what constitutes a good movie, but if you're really stupid and you just don't appreciate movies, then you're just going to go, some movies are really good. You're just going to go, I didn't like it. Oh, because it was too popular at the time. Like, everyone was talking about The Hangover, so I went and watched it. I didn't like it because, everyone wouldn't shut up about it. It's kind of like when I was a kid, I didn't like Hulk Hogan because everyone else did. I was just going against the grain just because. But, that's fucking stupid. Anyway, Avatar, ridiculous. I mean, if you haven't seen it, fucking please do yourself a favor. Go see it in the theaters while it's still there. Oh, here's another thing. They changed projectors now, and I don't know what the technology difference is, but everything used to be kind of blurry before. Like when you watch a movie, you'd see little pieces of hair, dots, and all this shit flying all over the place, and everything was a little fuzzy, almost out of focus. They've really sharpened up the technology, so now it's fucking pretty much a digital... I don't know if they don't even use the reels anymore. I don't know. But anyway, fucking beautifully, breathtaking movie. Everything was fantastic. I love Sigourney Weaver, by the way. She's great.